Hey everybody, Roger here. Just gonna, a lot of guys and gals, when they're been playing for a while, start to get bored, with the game. I got here maybe 5 ideas, maybe to have a little more fun with the game. The number one idea is try new clubs on lower tours. If you're always using, say, like the Extra Mile or maybe your Apocalypse all the time, give it a shot. Try, bust your Big Topper out, maybe, and go down to Tour 2 or Tour 3. Just have some fun for, 6, 7, 8 matches. And just see how far you can hit it. You don't care if you end up in the rough, or in a bunker or out of bounds. Just see what you can do with the club. Beat the hell out of the ball. What the hell? Same thing here. You go and try your horizon out. See how far you can hit that sucker. Who knows? You go down your long iron. Maybe you never used a Grizzly. Give it a shot. It's a club nobody really likes to use. Here, go play with the runner for a while. Give that and force yourself. If you're going to use the runner, that's you'll probably end up using that. Same thing here. Most everybody probably goes from the dart to the skewer to the unbring of the raper. Hey, go have some fun. Go try dunking with the down and one. Why not? Now here's what really gets fun, because I do this occasionally. Maybe pick out, like the rough cutter, and purposely put yourself in the rough. Just to have, you're on Tour 2. Like with me, I got over 4 million coins. What's 200 coins? Nothing. For, to play 5, 10 matches, just to have a little extra fun, it's worth it. Same with the sand wedge, Throw your Castaway on, or maybe even put on the Desert Storm, or the Houdini, who knows? Purposely put yourself in a bunker. You never know. Find out maybe you might like that club. Hard to say. Number 2, when you're playing, again, go down maybe Tour 2, Tour 3, where it's not costing a lot of coins. Go and have a friendly game on your own of just hook, slice, dunk. Start off with your tee shot, hooking it or slicing it, either way. Doesn't matter, depending upon the wind, the hole itself. Then number 2, the second shot, say where it doesn't matter where you put it. Let's say you're in short iron range. You get your claw out or your hornet, thorn, whatever you're using. Hook or slice that one on, see if you can get it onto the green. Or maybe you're close enough to the green if you're in a short iron to go for the dunk. What the heck? You're out there to have fun. A lot of this is good if you're playing friendlies also, then you don't have to worry about losing trophies if you got a friend that wants to do the same thing. Number 3. Pick one of the lower tours, like Tour 2, 3, or even Tour 1 now, but you can do that too, though. But Tour 1, Tour 3, Tour 4, on the top row, and say you're gonna play Tour 2, or Tour 1. I think Tour 1. Yeah, Tour 1. Tour 2 is fine. Pick all the clubs from Tour 2. Put on your Extra Mile, your Viper, your Backbone, your Kingfisher, if you have it, your Firefly, Junglist, and Desert Storm. Play around with it. Go to Tour 3. Put on maybe just Malibu, your Machete, your Boomerang, the Runner, the Goliath, the Big Dog, your Big Topper. Just play with just the clubs from that tour. Just to liven it up. Another one, if kind of like me, and you have multiple accounts that are good, why not, at the next tournament, take one of those accounts and take your best common clubs and play the pro tournament. Let's say with with 4 million coins, it's 100,000 and 10,000 a pop. You know, it's not a big deal. I could go. I'm thinking of doing this, using the quarterback. Here, the sniper, my backbone, the claw. I'd use the skewer, machete, it's all I have, and the sand lizard. And see if you can qualify. And see how well you can do in a tournament, just using your best common clubs. You know, or maybe you don't want to do it that way. Think about maybe just using your rare clubs then. You know, going maybe with your, depending upon the course, you know, either the extra mile. You can switch it up from hole to hole. You don't have to use the same one. So I would prefer on the par 4s to use the rock. It's a much more accurate club, you know. But then use my Guardian, use the Goliath, probably the Thorn, maybe the Hornet. I'd go with my Rapier, you know, my Nirvana, the Malibu. See how well you can compete that way. You know, that's just a small thing, you know, just a, you know, if you're doing this game for fun like I am, because I have not spent one penny on this game. And I've been playing since before their first tournament that they had. I did not enter that one, but I've played in every tournament on my main account since. So it's something, you know, just looking at different ways to have a little more fun. That could be one of them. The last one is just something I just thought of, is if you have a good friend that you like playing friendlies with a lot, you know, the two of you get together, you know, in Messenger, you know, Hangout, Skype, whatever, you know, whatever you want to chat on. Before you play, each of you get a set of dice. And what you do is you pick your clubs with the dice. For instance, if you roll a 2, you have to use the beginner club. You roll a 3, you have to use your Tour 1 club. You roll a 4, use your Tour 2 club. You roll a 5, Tour 3. You roll a 6, Tour 4. Roll a 7, Tour 5. Roll 8, Tour 6. Roll a 9, use your Tour 7. If you happen to roll a 10, you get to choose whatever club you want to use in that group. If you roll an 11, your opponent picks your club out of that group. So if you're starting off with a driver and you roll a 5, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. You use your big topper. 5, 3, 2 or 3. No, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 would be, 2 or 3. You'd have to use the big topper. Your opponent rolls, he rolls an 11. Well, you get to choose for him. You can make him use the beginner driver if you want. If you happen to not have a club, for instance, like me and the drivers, I don't have an Apocalypse. So if I roll a 9, I go down one club lower. So I'd use my Thor's hammer in that case. Another example said I don't have a Kingfisher. So if we're in the short iron and I roll a 4 for Tour 2 club, I have to go down one to the Apache. You do that with all your clubs. That's why, this way, like I said, you have to have maybe a good friend, someone that you've played many games with, chatted with a lot. It's just a way of, making the game fun for the both of you. So you don't know what club. I mean, you may end up with using the big topper and, your beginner wood to go along with it. You may have to use the Grizzly and the Hornet, and maybe end up with the Firefly. Maybe for the rough iron, you happen to get unlucky and you roll an 11, your opponent gives you the beginner iron. Then maybe you get to the, maybe you get lucky enough where, you roll a 10, in the wood, and you get to pick whatever wood you want. Maybe you want to use your sniper. Use your sniper. If you happen to get lucky, or if you happen to roll a 12, you get to roll again. listen, it's just an idea. Listen, you have, friend you can play with, you're kind of bored, nothing else to do, give it a shot. Hey, let me know what you think. And, as always, hit subscribe if you want, hit like, and see you on the course.